with us.
Yeah, we're going to have your code and your ticker on this network, and you can't stop it from being traded.
Right.
And so there's a derivative, and then if there's liquidity bonding the prices together, so if, let's say you have Chainlink on Ethereum, and then after launch, price bounces around a while, but I bet that over time that these prices will move similarly.
Right.
I think that the Link ticker on Pulsechain is likely to move similarly to the Link ticker on Ethereum.
Right. Just because of the bridge, right?
And well, because they're bonded by the liquidity.
Right.
And then it's the same code with the same ticker. Now, do you want to pay $100 or $300 to trade it on Ethereum, or do you want to pay a penny to trade it over here? And we already know this answer because they're doing it on other networks as well.
Yeah.
People do trading on alternate networks, and then we're the one that you don't like. Your coins are already here. You don't even have to bridge over.
Right.
You've already got your free coins here. You can already access them by changing one setting in your MetaMask. It's awesome.
Dude, it sounds
it
sounds pretty awesome.
Well, that's the trick. That's the magic. Is you launch this whole network with all these new coins. How do you get those new coins to be valuable?
Right.
But by not letting anyone ever stop the trading, by having the same tickers, and by giving people a reason to back the value of the things they got free.
Right.
By rewarding them with a yield farming token. It's like a giant vampire attack, basically. It's a giant vampire attack.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day on Pulsechain, day 279 results. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into all the markets overnight. Man, bullish stock market, bullish crypto markets, and Pulsechain, I think, a bit about to go make that next move. So looking pretty cool. Let's get into it, folks. We got Lives Beneath the Truth in the house. How are you today? Very good as always. We got a nice summery day again outside. And of course, the golden cryptos is the Hex and the Pulsechain and the Pulsex. You got to pick that up pretty nicely. Sandy Beach in the house there. Hello, everybody. Big shout out from Sandy Beach. Hello. And there is Sandy's 15-day challenge. Look at that. So go and follow that if you're doing the press up challenge. And that is the latest link for that for day 15. Looking good. We got Wookie in the house there. Good to see Wookie. Blobfish King as well. The Emoji King smashing it in the chat there as well. Brennan in the house there. Howdy, folks. Good to see Brennan. Hope you're doing well. Craig Pitt in the house there. Morning all. Good to see you, Craig. CC as well. What's up, people? Good to see you, CC. Let's get into straight into it, folks. We're going to start off with the stock market. Let's go. Man, oh man, looking bullish. Look, S&P 500 rides rally in energy to close at record high. So we're just continuing to smash out really good highs in the indices for stock market. Dow Jones up 0.9% there. Wow, 349 points to 38,773. Let's go to the max chart. Have a look at that. Look at that. Woo! That is the max chart history there. Man, oh man, oh man. Is that fantastic or what? That is amazing. Look at this. At the turn of the millennia, 2000, we were down at 10,940. We're now at 38,773. So that's 20 years of value there. Was it 23 years? 24 years. Almost 24 years of value there. Amazing. And the S&P 500 is up 0.6%, 29 points to 5,029. And of course, you can see that's a record high too. The first time over 5,000. Well, we were back in the year 2000 for fun. We were down around about 1366, and we're now at 5,000. Huge, huge, huge. The Nasdaq there with all the tech companies up a third. 0.3%, 47 points to 15,906. 15,906 there. Let's look at the max chart too. All-time highs as well. And back in the 2000 there, when we ticked over, it was down at 3,940. It is now 15,906. So some pretty amazing differences there in 24 years. The dollar is down 0.4%, down to 104.18. That is the US dollar versus the trading partners. Commodities, West Texas is up at $78, and Brent oil there at $83, up about 2% each. Gold has happened to manage to go up a lot higher today, but just over 0.5% there, $11. Actually, it's flat there on there. It takes a little while to update. That is at 2015. Silver at the moment is also at $23. That's the silver there at the moment. Those markets are still open based on those green charts there. Now, some of the news we had around consumer strength Consumer strength is in question. As you guys know, the United States is like 2/3 consumption. It is the big consumer of the world, and that is starting to wane a little bit from the looks of here. So consumer strength in question after retail sales slipped more than expected, but jobs market continues to show strength. The Commerce Department said on Wednesday that retail sales fell 0.8% last month. That was steeper than the 0.2% decline economists had expected. Remember, expectations are really kind of what moves the markets there, and was largely driven by a drop in receipts as auto dealerships and gas stations. So there we are, drop in auto dealerships and gas station receipts. The retail sales report this month supports our view that the economy is strong, but it is cooling. Morgan Stanley said on a Wednesday note, adding that it expects a first rate cut in June. There we are. That's the one I've been talking about in June. So on the same page there. Still, the labour market continued to show signs of strength as initial jobless claims decreased by 8,000 to 212,000 in the week ending February the 10th, beating forecasts of a 1,000 decline, signaling that the labour market continues to show strength. Remember, the Federal Reserve is really trying to trade the inflation for employment, and that is being lagged. It's just happening not as fast as people would like to see, because that is still growing strength there in the labour market, but it may be delayed. So maybe next quarter. There has been rumors of a lot of layoff and things. We'll see how that goes next quarter. So that is pretty much it on the stock market, looking super bullish, breaking records, and of course that leads us into crypto. Crypto also moving up there. How many months has BTC been over 50,000? Not many. Not many there. Let me know in the chat there if you know that off the top of your head. But not many, is it? Over 50,000. Here we are, basically around $52,000 and looking absolutely awesome for the bull market. Bitcoin dominance, 51.2%. Ethereum there at $5,827, up 1.7% as well. That's so slowly creeping up to 3,000. You guys know if we get to 3,000, it's probably going to be fun times after that. A bit of consolidation maybe, but game on. BNB as well is up 6% today at $354. What else is looking pretty good there? Uni is up as well. There's sort of some well-known names there, up 9% to $7.49. Of course, we covered Internet Money Wallet yesterday, showing how that is doing very, very well indeed. KG are doing wonderful on multiple fronts to add value to the Internet Money Wallet. So looking pretty good there. VET is up 26% to 4.5 cents. So there's some standouts there. Let's jump into Bitcoin quickly. Have a look at the chart. This is our chart with the macro picture. Obviously, this chart is looking fantastic. Up and away we are going. And we are getting ever so closer to the Bitcoin halving. How far away is it? Not far. We are only 61 days away, almost 2 months away from the Bitcoin halving. Bring on the bull market. It is looking so good. Still early days. Let's go to Ethereum. Ethereum, of course, has a lot more news coming up. We've got the Deacon upgrade coming on the 13th. It is currently on testnet, the third testnet running at the moment. And we're not far away, are we, from that? That is 26 days away for the Deacon upgrade on Ethereum. So really hyper bullish for Ethereum coming up. That's great news. And then, of course, as we say, on the 17th of April, we've got the Bitcoin halving, which is right in the middle. And then potentially we've got Ethereum ETF approvals on the 23rd of May. So looking pretty good. We've got, 7, 8, I think it's 8 now, at least, Ethereum ETFs. So looking super bullish there. Man, this chart is only just getting warmed up, isn't it? We're still only at 2,800. And of course, the previous high in the last bull market was 4,900. So we've still got a long way to go. And of course, expecting multiple highs. People talking about somewhere between 20 and 40K is a lot of numbers being pushed around for Ethereum. And of course, last time we got up to November 21 here, around $4,900. So a long way to go. Look at that. Look how far back we had the Ethereum merge there too. That's crazy. So yeah, looking forward to the bull market running up there for Ethereum. Looking pretty nice. All right, we're going to get into Pulsechain day results for day 279. We are really ticking up towards that 365 day, I guess. 279 days on the way to the first year. So still early though, still plenty of months left to go. Looking pretty nice. Let's go back into the chat there before we get into Pulsechain update. And see who else has jumped in here. What else there? Brendan said, what happened to the bottom is in? Yeah, well, that's a different topic, isn't it, for another day? Not one word, says Wookie. Not one word indeed. Anyway, we know what they're talking about there, but we're not going to talk about it in the chat today. How long going up for the alts will last? Well, we haven't even really started. We're waiting for that Bitcoin just to support, and then altcoins are going to go up and away. It's going to be pretty amazing. Yeah, I mean, it could be long. Could be. This depends on the scenario around the US election, in my view, whether it will be very long or not. But definitely from here, you're looking at least another year is probably the bull market. And if we get a good result for November, then we may go a lot longer, maybe another 6 months potentially. Maybe it'd be interesting to see if we get another double top. Probably, I don't know if that's very likely, but certainly next year's looking pretty good there, CC. Brendan as well. We may have a bit of recession at the end of the year, though. That's the only question. It's the only trick question there. Good to see Hexavator and Brendan laughing out loud there. Pretty cool. All right, let's get back into it. Wow, let's go. Day 279 and Hexavator's here, just in time for the Pulsechain update. We've got Pulsechain there at 000148, up 2.1% at the moment. 48% of sacrifice price. It's still early days on Pulsechain. And of course, we've got Pulsex there, quadruple 0558, up 1%. And the buy and burn, look at that, beautiful. Is that not updated? I don't know if that's updated actually. 702.2 billion, 3.43% of the public supply has been bought up and burned. And of course, we're all waiting for the Power Earn protocol. It's going to help supercharge that. Incentive token at the moment up 3.92%. And of course, the price is at $3.40. The ratio to Pulse is just below 23,000. So that's looking very strong, right in the middle of that resistance area. Let's see if it can break 24,000. Incentive tokens there have just gone over 24 million. So that's kind of cool too. That is, of course, emitted from the V1 Pulsex farms. Looking kind of good. In fact, let's pull that up because I haven't pulled that up for a little while. Let's go have a look at Pulsex and see how the yields are going. Let's do that. Bam. And we're going to pull that up and have a look at the farms just quickly. We haven't done this for a while. So this is day 279, the end of day 279. We can see that Pulse X and Pulse are at 11.63% at the moment, looking nice. All the bridged in stablecoins, DAI, USDC, USD Tether are at 100 versus Pulse are and 103%, pretty much for both of those, and 106% for USD Tether. Wrapped ETH from Ethereum and Pulse is 72%, so some really, really amazing yields. And of course, Hex Pulse there, 25%. One I'm really liking is this incentive Pulse. Obviously, with incentive token really rallying, that's at 52%. So it's looking really, really nice. And then, of course, incentive Pulsex there at 42%. So looking pretty good on the V1 farms. Obviously, if you provide liquidity for these, you earn fees, and of course, you get the incentive token as well. So it's pretty bullish. If you want to go to pools, though, you can also provide liquidity in V2 pools, which is pretty cool. And you can go find the pools there and hunt down good yields. It's another thing you can do for the yields there. All right, let's jump away. And bam, that was kind of that. Now, PX at the moment is pretty much down about 0.3%, so pretty flat. 1.73 cents for PX, and EHEX there is at 99/100th of a penny. The combined price of EHEX and PX is at 2.72 cents. Like I say, we've got that resistance at 3 cents. Once we break it, off to the races with the old Hex there. So you've still, I would say, limited time only to keep accumulating some Hex there. Just say you were told basically then our Rock'n'Rolls. Now that's good times. We're waiting for PX and Hex to break out. That combined price of 3 cents would be great. All right, let's go to the charts quickly. Here is Pulsechain, looking really, really snazzy and cool. In fact, where's my RSI? My RSI's disappeared. Must have pulled up the wrong. I've got USDC. Normally I pull up DAI. That's probably why I haven't got the RSI. But anyway, that is not looking too bad. Let's pull up the RSI on USDC because normally I have the DAI one, but tough luck on there. Yeah, a little bit overbought here, almost 70. So we might have a cooling off period here on the daily, but the weekly still got plenty of room to move. So we've got to have a hyper move there and try and bust a bit higher. As Pulsex as well, looking pretty similar, but we had a couple of big down days there, and we had quite large accounts swapping from Pulsex to Pulse. That was definitely one attribute of the decrease, and the RSI there at 60, so we're nice and chill for another move higher as the old Pulsex. So looking good on Pulsex. Ethereum token there at $3.39, and the ratio to Pulse is what we've really been looking at, getting very close. So we're gonna break 24,000 and move higher. We will see on that one. That is kind of where we are at the moment. PHEX as well, just a couple of down days there, just consolidating really, isn't it? We have got this bullish cross, and the RSI is particularly cool at 55. So keep a lookout for PHEX there, looking pretty good in my view. We do have a little bit of a closeout here on the MACD, so it might just continue to consolidate as well. So we'll see how we get on with the next day. We're about to cross over at 12 minutes. We need a bit more information, but I think it's ultimately looking pretty good on the old PHEX there. EHEX as well at the moment, a bit of a chill chart there as well the last couple of days, sitting around 1%, which I think is a really good sign. We definitely have that bullish cross that's still intact, and we've got plenty of room in the RSI, so EHEX is even looking better than PHEX at the moment in my view, looking pretty nice. I haven't got a MACD on that, but let's see if we can pull up the MACD. MACD, there we go. And that's even looking better, yeah. So the EHEX chart looks better than the PHEX. So the EHEX chart looks better than the PHEX chart at the moment. So that is kind of cool. So a bit of more opportunity there. Let's go to the validators and have a quick look at the validators here. We're at 52,843, so we're definitely gone up there. We've got 1.69 trillion off the market, but we have got more validators in place. Let's go to the gas prices. 382,000 beats, so pretty much double what we normally see on the GUI, and 2 cents there on the Pulsex swap, so that's about right. One tenth of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, 4/10 of a penny for a PRC tuning transfer. We're 1,500 times cheaper than Ethereum at the moment. It's $30 to do a swap on Ethereum, and 2,000 times cheaper than Bitcoin, $2.46 to do a transfer with BTC there. That's pretty much it on there. Let's quickly go to the bridge. You guys love the bridge, man. I love the bridge. 141.8 million there over on the bridge. Isn't that fantastic? I think our previous high really early on was something like 163 million or something like that. So the fact that we're up so high is looking really good. And of course, we were down way low, what was it, 70, 80 million? So we're way up from there, and things are heading in the right direction, looking so good. But look at that dive, 45 mil. Keep watching this number, expecting it to continue to rise in the months ahead. Looking very good indeed. And of course, we've got 32 million in USDL as well as almost 4.5 million in CST Coast. Now, if you want to on-ramp Coast or Fiat directly on Pulsechain, use Brian's link. His link's in the video description there, and he's ranked at number 2. So you get 5,000 weight tokens as well as a bonus using that link. As a link is in the video description. He may even post it in the chat there if he's still here. So check that out. Looking pretty good. So nice work happening there. I think that's all we're going to talk about. So let's move on. So we're about to start day 280. Can you believe it? 280 days. We're just starting that day. Probably in another hour or so, but that is looking pretty awesome. 280 days around the world. That's the way it goes. It was 80 days around the world. Anyway, we're getting to the top PRC 20 categories. This is our second category, as you guys know. So let's get into that. We're going to be looking by liquidity. Always have the biggest liquidity at the top there. And let's see how we get on there. PDI. Kind of chill at 2,448, up 1% there. Treasury bill up 1%. Teddy bear up 3% there. What else is looking pretty interesting? Pepe is up 5%. LUSD, funny enough, is up 12%. Let's see what else there. Pulse Bitcoin up 12% there. In fact, I think Pulse Bitcoin's had a good couple of days, is it? No, just yesterday and today. So they've had 2 good days on Pulse Bitcoin. How's that chart looking? Let's log that chart. And that is the Pulse Bitcoin chart at the moment. Okay, it's a little ticking there. Big shout out to Fat Sammy. He's kind of leading that community of Pulse Bitcoin. So big shout out to him. Aave there at 4%. Pepe, the other big meme coin there, 5% as well. So modest increases in the 2 meme coins. Pepe and, or Pepe at least. Where's the SHIB one? I can't even find SHIB. SHIB is actually down 7%. So my bad. Only Pepe is on the up there a little bit. What else is going there? Curve is up 11%. Not too bad on Curve. And Fetch got not much liquidity in there, so but it's up 51%. Only got $600 in there, so it's nothing bigger. Let's go over to the third category, which is memes. Quickly look at some of the memes here. Axis Alive is up 1.4%, and that has performed very well, isn't it? I mean, honestly, I need to do some due diligence around that, but that is doing pretty well. I mean, look at that chart, looking pretty good there. Blast is up 1% as well. Note token from Randy Alasky is up 3% there. I had a little bit of a good day yesterday, and of course, the good news about that was that it was one of the new tokens on Pulsepot, which is from Jacob's ecosystem. So you can now bet with Note token there. So what do they got there? You can do farming, I think, on 9inch. You can do use the token on Pulsepot. So Note token getting a bit more use case across the ecosystem. So it's good news there for Randy Alasky. What else is looking good there? Mega there is pretty flat. Reflux is flat there. Hex Orange Address from Abit there is up 3%. That's at 7 cents. How's that performing? A lot of influencer coins on this list, as you can see. But hey, look, I mean, when they got an audience, they can, and they got some business pros, they can make things happen. 7 cents looking very good on HOA, isn't it? Look at that chart. Another good, strong chart there as well. Duck token is down 6%. That was doing pretty well the other day. Poor Pleb is up 2%. That's from Hexy Bastard there, that Poor Pleb one. Where the ETH goes up 3.8%. Pulse Dodge up 2.5%. Now these are all supported, of course, these last couple of tokens. Poor Pleb with the PLD with the 9inch exchange or DEX, as we say. Ben from BitBoy is up 1%. There's V1 Ben. Ben Armstrong talked about bringing V2 over to Pulsechain. That'll be a fresh launch, right, rather than a copy. More token from Trayvon, down 2%. What else there? I think that's kind of it on there. That is the meme coins. Let's jump over to the Pulsechain projects, the category number 4, the main event, as we say. And these are the utility projects, generally speaking. GameFi, DeFi, that sort of thing. And social platforms like Love.io. Got a lot of love over at Love.io. That's up 4%. 9inch is up as well today. So this is good news for 9inch. So 9inch making a bit of a move here. So let's have a quick look at 9inch. Are they finally almost breaking, almost about to break out? I mean, there's almost a breakout there. The RSI is kind of on the high side at 66, but it's kind of looking like it's trying to push there. Maybe, I don't know what's going to happen now, but they've had the launch pad, the coin flip there. So we'll see how we go on that one. Still question mark. May need to, probably got a bit of room to move a bit higher, but needs to probably consolidate after that. We'll see how high it goes. What token for Power City? Up 3% as well. Kind of in the accumulation zone because Power City Earn Protocol hasn't launched. Now, we do have an update from Liquid Loans around the Fetch Oracle. We're going to talk about that as well. We may play that whole video, but I'll probably play it at the end of the live stream because it is fairly long. But there's a good update there from Liquid Loans CEO, which is the number 1, right, protocol outside of PulseX on Pulsechain. That is at 4,200th of a penny at the moment. They're really in the accumulation zone for what token, waiting for all the ecosystems to drop, right? Big deal. So that is a place to be if you want to accumulate. Blue chip, not financial advice, of course. What else we got going there? Pulsepot. Talking about Pulsepot, man. Obviously, with the benefits there, bringing in new communities like the Note token. What else they bring in? The beer. Was it beer? Something I think was beer. It was 3 tokens that they bought in. I should have pulled it up. I don't have them. I have it handy. Let me know in the chat if you remember. $6.70 here, looking really strong, right? Expanding. Had a great session yesterday on Randy Alasky's show. He had a gains day on Wednesday for his no permissions Telegram group, and of course it's public on the YouTube. But it was really fun. Actually, a lot more fun than you even expect. So really cool. Looking forward to more of that. It's kind of fun. And we might do something like that on this channel. Hey, you never know. Let me know in the chat if you like that sort of thing. I might do something like that. What else have we got going? We got ZKZX is up 7%. The old Tornado Cash Walk. Time token is up 3%, continuing to rise. There's the old time there. And like I say, it's been performing like a boss. And look at that chart, looking pretty amazing. Another good chart that we're picking up there. As the old time. If you haven't downloaded Internet Money Wallet, definitely consider it. MetaMask is a bit of a pain. Maybe it's time to get some more wallets, Internet Money, is a good option, especially for Pulsechain. Up token is up 3.7%. Love token is up 20% there. So a nice little breakup for Love token. How many times are going to say that? I don't know. Love. All right, get out. Well, we just had, Valentine's Day, didn't we? So look at that. That's breaking out to the upside. It's the old Love token. Now, I haven't really covered much on the Love token, right? In fact, I think it's the only major protocol that I had launched that I didn't cover on the launch day. So my bad on that, because I am trying to cover every project pretty much as we roll forward. But there we are, 000026 at the moment. A break to the upside for the old Love token. All right, I'm going to get in trouble. All right, let's move on. There's a lot. I will do some coverage of the Love token at some stage on the platform, because I really need to do that. Communist is up 18% as well. So Communist continues to outperform. What's this? If you got a Hex stake ending, right, you're supposed to claim. Is that right? Is that the way it works? I think so. But there we are. That is breaking out to the upside as well. The old Communists. You just can't keep these communists down. Damn it. Well, we had big wars and everything. It wasn't Vietnam and Korea and places like that, all about keeping the communists down, but the communists is on the rise at the moment. So hide your children from the propaganda and indoctrination, because communists is going up and to the right. All right, jokes aside, was that like a political joke? I don't know, a comedy joke. I don't know. Was it Dave Chappelle? Move along. All right, so we got Pulse LN, and I really like Pulse LN, up 9.2%. I have used it. It's very fast. It's also got the Lightning Network to Pulsechain. That's doing pretty well as well, almost 3.8 cents. That's also looking like it's going to break up as well. Plenty of room in the RSI, 61, so it's got a bit of room to move higher, heading towards, like huge actually. So looking nice there on Pulse LN. I would call this a green chip, right? Green chip's like almost blue chip, but green chip there, it definitely is adding major utility to Pulsechain. I don't know what the exact volumes are. Don't know if they have a stats page, so maybe they do, but I'll definitely check that out and see. Maybe we'll do it another day. Vemp, the Web3 gaming, is up 18%. They have staking on Pulsechain. So they're at 1 cent. They hit 1 cent. Look at that. Woo! 1 cent there. How are they looking over the longer period? Let's do log. Put the log chart on there. They're coming off the bottom of the range, but that's kind of looking promising. They have a lot of news flow on Vemp as well. So it's Web3 gaming as well. So I'm not sure how the gaming aspect goes into it, but they definitely have staking, and there's pretty high yields for Pulse on that staking. They've typically been like 180% or something, 160%. So it's pretty high. But 1 cent is the old Vemp there. What else there? Holy from GameFi. So we're waiting for TRH V4, right? I covered that like 2 days ago, Jacob's ecosystem, with a big update there from the Twitter space that Archie had summarized. And he's one of our awesome moderators. Holy is up 67% today. Bam! It's only got 4,000 liquidity, but that's a nice little gainer there. For sure. So that is looking pretty good. In fact, let's zoom in on that. So that is the Pulsechain projects, category number 4. But let's go have a little zoom in on the GameFi from Jacob. And we can see that they're all kind of moving up there. 67% on the old Holy. That's a big move. But, we've got some green candles on the water and burn token. So it's not bad as well. Now, TRH still sitting there, up 0.5%. Sleeping giant, I would say. It does have high taxes on it at the moment, but once again, if you get multiple X's, what do you care, right? What do you care? At the moment, that's at 1.1200th of a penny at the moment, just sitting on there. So keep a lookout for that. Now, we do know that PulseBot is obviously out. There's going to be some changes to BNB pot to make it look more like PulseBot. But before we get that, we're expecting in March, we're expecting TYCZ, which is the big sort of Binance DeFi or something like that. We're going to find out. But anyway, you get centralized exchanges. And then, of course, we're going to have, just after that, maybe the end of March, beginning of April, we're going to have TRH, a V4. Yes, it's coming. It's going to be pretty amazing. And then, of course, after that, later on, we're going to have PUSD Algo, which I'm really bullish about. So we're going to be talking about that today as well. So that is the main ones. So let's go quickly in and have a look for Barista, because you guys know we covered Barista and Bean yesterday, and they launched, right? They launched yesterday, and we're going to have a quick look at some of their early results. So this is not Beetroot. Where is it? Barista. Bean. Was that the one? Bean token. Have you been? Where's Bean? Oh, yeah, there it is. Yeah, Bean. So this just launched yesterday. Let's see how it looks after a day. If we do a day candle, how does that look? There we are. There's a day. What's the price at the moment? Let's do the hourly chart. It's a bit easier. Okay, so we were pretty much when I tuned in for the evening, we're up here at quadruple 0.1 or something like that, and no, we obviously had a sell off since then. We're currently at 508,600 at the moment on the old beam. But congratulations to Brista. Let's have a look at the results. So this is 12 hours ago, so it's a little bit outdated. But in their first 12 hours, they had 1 million staked in Brista. How about that? $1 million staked in Brista. So that's pretty amazing. As you can see in the USDL stability pool, USDL had 30 million, but Brista there had 1 million. How about that? Woohoo! In fact, can we find that on the site? I think so. Maybe we can. Let me have a look. I'm not even sure what I'm on there, but maybe we'll have a look tomorrow and see how we go. But there we are. That is pretty incredible. So they probably have some data site on the old Brista there. They've now got 1 million with USDL 30 million. So there has been a big shift to Brista for those rewards. So pretty cool. Remember, you get auto balancing and you get the bean token. So money has moved. 30 million on liquid loans, 1 million on USDL Brista. Nice one there. You just get more rewards. That's the way it goes. So Brista there looking pretty amazing. Check that out. We might do that again tomorrow as well. So that is a big shout out to them. Now the other one we had was liquid loans. So liquid loans has got a big update. So you can see it there. Big news from Liquid Loans CEO Crypto Crazy, and he is crazy indeed. Fetch Oracle Dev update. Oracle service challenges on Pulsechain. Transition to full decentralized. Explained how this benefit Liquid Loans and community, and a deep dive into those results. So that is from Liquid Loans. Now I'm going to play that video at the end of the live stream so you guys can watch that. It's about maybe 11 minutes long. So I don't want to be too long with that myself, like talking about it, but you can watch it at the end of the live stream. We're going to get into that as well. Let's have a quick look at Liquid Loans on the performance, because we can find it down here. Was it loan token? HJK element loan. There we go. P. All right. So there we are. We got loan token at the moment 4 zeros 1 2 3 5. That is pretty much looking like that. So it's pretty much sitting pretty stabilized now. The old loan token doing pretty well. So we're going to play that update at the end of the video. Before we do that though, let's get into PUSD Algo. There's a sacrifice open at the moment, of course. I'm super excited about this. Potentially the fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain. I'm not going to go into the full video, but we've got 2 videos on the channel with Jacob, the developer, and you can go watch those. But basically, it's going to be a fourth stablecoin on Pulsechain. It's going to be algorithmic stablecoin, a bit like Terra Luna, but it's going to be full DeFi. So the whole approach to the algorithmic stablecoin is going to be full DeFi. It's going to have stability miners and limit orders to keep the peg. And it's also the peg is going to be against Liquid Loans USDL. So it's got all the benefits from USDL stability pool as well. So it's pretty clever. The prototype ran really well and buoyed confidence, lifted confidence. That's a good way of putting it about how successful this will be. The ability to scale and be massive TVL on Pulsechain is massive. And with the potential modest capital raise, targeting $1 million and the upside being who knows how many X's. I'm very excited about it indeed. It's going to be multiple ways to earn money on it too, from stability miner to staking to activity on the platform. It's really, really cool. So we're going to have the Algo token, the PUSD stablecoin, which is a wonderful brand name for a stablecoin. You know, Pulse USD, can't do much better than that. And of course, a Flex token as well for incentive for doing anything on the platform. And I love the fact that the rewards are going to be paid from the V3 DEX as well for the activity token Flex, which is your incentive to do activity on the platform. It's going to be pretty cool. And then, of course, there's the 4 token, the Wrap PUSD, which is your reward token for the staking there that you'll be able to unwrap at different times. So pretty amazing. Now, if you want to get a 90% bonus, use the link in the video description. You're going to win straight away. If you do $1,000 inclusive of that referral bonus, you will be able to get access to the second bonus, which is bonus X. It is a random bonus between 1.01 and 2X, and you'll get that bonus. You'll have 2 bonuses, but you start winning straight away. Use the 90% bonus in the link in the video description and connect your wallet up, and that's it. So all you have to do is sacrifice from either Pulsechain or Ethereum with any of these tokens. Always do your due diligence first, of course. Nothing on this channel is financial advice. And then, of course, once you decide how much you want to do, you can send it to this wallet here, ends in E223, and that's pretty much it. Then the site will register your your sacrifice in the lobby, the chance to get into a big stable coin with huge upside potential, I mean, it's magic, right? It's magic. It's like the Holy Grail. This is really frontier DeFi stuff, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be massive. Now, for every dollar that you have sacrificed, that includes all the bonuses, so the referral bonus and bonus X if you do over $1,000. That is, you're going to get 20 algo for $1. You get 200 flex and 0.01 rep PUSD. So those are the tokens you're going to get if you participate. So that's pretty much it. And just a quick summary. This is the dashboard at the moment. Now, this is just a mock-up. Just remember that. So the final one could be quite different. We got mint there, minting algo to PUSD. That's kind of the main issue there. Stability miners is the main technology, the DeFi technology. There'll be multiple liquidity provisions that people will be able to provide to help support the token and get paid, rewarded for that. And then, of course, it's going to be earned. If everything you do on the platform is going to earn you a little bit of flex token. And the cool thing is it's not coming out of inflation. It's coming out of fees from the V3 pools, which is really cool. And then, of course, you'll be able to stake the algo coin. It's the main coin. And you'll be able to stake the stablecoin PUSD as well. It won't have the same problems as Anchor did for Terra Luna. The yields just won't be that high, that ridiculously high, like 20%. They'll be much more modest, which will make it a lot more better for the growth and sustainability. They'll also obviously be able to redeem PUSD for algo as well, go back the other way, and do much more. To use the swapping on the V3, and of course doing unwrapping for those sweet rewards of staking with the wrap PUSD. So there's lots of stuff there. There are documents, so if you want to check out the documents, you can go check out that as well. And like I say, I've done 2 videos with Jacob on this channel. You can check all that out, and I'm super bullish about it. It's looking pretty exciting, so not bad. So check that out. We're going to get up to Hex daily stats, but I don't think they're going to be out yet. So anyway, buy Hex on Pulsechain or Ethereum, and burn your Hex for T-shares and start mining more Hex. That's pretty much the story there. I don't think we've got any of those days out yet, no. But we do have yesterday's dump number out for Ethereum, which I didn't talk about, which is day 1535. The 14th of February, we had the price at 1 cent, up 1.9%, and we got 6.8 Hex per T-share yesterday. That's pretty cool. But we are waiting for day 1536, not out yet. And of course, day 279 on Pulsechain. So that is still yet to come. What I was going to say is that if you haven't joined our Discord as well, the link's in the video description. General Discord is $5 a month. And welcome yesterday. We had another member yesterday, so welcome to them. And that's 16 cents a day. So it's pretty amazing. You get access to all the community there. We've got 1,250 members approximately. You get access to all the 6 chat groups. 3 audio chats, including a games room, and of course you get to talk about projects and strategy and all the intel. It's really great to have that shared knowledge. So good. And of course they've also got most comprehensive Pulsechain information and useful links to do on-chain, cross-chain, bridging, and all sorts of stuff there. Really is amazing. We also have exclusive on the Discord. On the Discord is a crypto helpline, and I believe we're the only ones with that actually get answered in a safe environment, so it's pretty cool. And of course, I'm on there a lot as well, so it's pretty nice. Now, Strategy Club, that is a secret room there for Strategy Club, and of course, we focus on multi-chain there, so not just Pulsechain, but we cover Ethereum, BNB, Polygon, and other chains, Optimism, you name it. And of course, we look for high value in the market. So if you want that next level access to strategy, intel, and opportunity, that's a place to be. And we have awesome discussions there on a fairly regular basis. Get in there on that one. So that is looking good. Let's get back into the chat and see who else has jumped in here. 38 minutes into the live stream, not bad at all. Let's see here. Let's see where we're up to. We got up to Archie, that's for sure. We got Ramon in the house there. What's up, family? And Archie in the house as well. Hi all. We didn't get up to Archie because I talked about Archie. Archie wasn't here when I talked to him, I think. We got Tintop as well. What's up, Hexagons? Good to see you, Tintop. Welcome to the chat as well. Andrew in the house. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday to you. It is Friday down under, and it's only still Thursday up in the northern hemisphere, but Friday down and under, that's for sure. What else we got there? Let's jump down some of these comments. Archie says for PulsePot, he says sounds like roulette will be live also with price calls and chain race. Wow. So, wow, that's amazing. All within the next 10 days on Pulsepot. So how about that? So roulette, price calls, and chain race, 3 games launching on Pulsepot in 10 days within the next 10 days. That's amazing. On the next 10 days. Hot off the press. That is fantastic. So big shout out there for Archie. with that alpha. As always, this is sort of alpha you get in the Discord, so it's a good reason to join up because Archie's always posting the latest and greatest stuff in there. Number go up, says Fast Abdul. Indeed. Hex Force 1 has landed. Hello, Hexkins. Good to see Hex Force 1. What else we got going in here? Communist confuses Sandovich. Yes, indeed. It does to me too. Sleeping for sure, says X-Weather. We've got Matt and Bali as well. Howdy again, 2 days in a row. Woo! It's great that you can make it, Matt. Appreciate it. Good to see you in the chat there. Thomas says, sounds like Algo is too far away. He wants 1 million SAC and then a few months after that for a launch. Yeah, so that's probably the only issue there. The one thing I didn't mention was that 75% of the sacrifice funds are going straight into the protocol. So I love that aspect. 50% into the liquidity pools and 25% into the stability miner. But the one question is, can we get to 1 million SAC and when does it launch? So we are probably looking at the second half of this year. So yeah, that is true. What else we got going on there? Pulse, passive income, cash flow, and health there. Pulse Lorian is doing well. Certainly has been doing well. Yeah, there is links, Wookie's link to the strategy club if you want to join up. Use Wookie's link as well. QQ in house there. I'm so behind, but you're here now. That's all that counts, and it's recorded on YouTube. So you'll be able to catch up. So that is kind of the cool stuff today as well. Let me just check set the hex stats out there. 35, 36. No, they're not out yet. I'll try and catch up with them. Sometimes when I finish a bit earlier, it just depends on the news flow and stuff that's happening on Pulsechain. But that's pretty much it. What else? We're gonna play out the this is Liquid Lines Crypto Crazy CEO update here. So I'm gonna play this video in full, and it's got all the updates around the Fetch Oracle. As you guys know, that's so important for Pulsechain in the long run. Is really a big deal. Having price calls and decentralized price calls and other non-price calls and stuff like that. Number two, it's taking longer to ramp up. And of course, a lot of the issues, if you're into the sort of the techie, geeky stuff about how the chain's operating and everything else from Pulsechain, then it's definitely something to to follow. So I'm going to play this out on just to close out the show today. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I will catch you guys all tomorrow. It's about 11 minutes long, but it's a pretty good video. So it's got some thoughtful comments there by Crypto Crazy, CEO of Liquid Lines, the biggest project, of course, on a Pulsechain outside of PulseX. So pretty cool. Hope you guys enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. I will see you in Discord. I'll be in there after the live stream as well. And yeah, take care, everybody. Enjoy. Onwards and upwards. Everything is looking so green, so good. We got the perfect lineup for the news this first half of the year. It's looking amazing. Proto-Dank sharding, Deacon upgrade in March, Bitcoin halving in April, and then of course Ethereum ETFs, very good chance of them in May, and maybe even an interest rate pivot by June. So the first half of this year looks spectacular for crypto, and it's going to be a fun ride. And you guys are all here early, so I don't get much more bullish than that. All right, take care, everybody, and bye for now.
Crypto Crazy here. I just wanted to provide you with an update on Fetch, how things are progressing from a development point of view, some of the challenges that we've been facing, and certainly a bit more of an idea of what the roadmap's looking like. Also, just want to make some comments and reflections on the community in general, how things have been going with Pulsechain. So thank you for joining in, and hope you've enjoyed this. One of the things that's really important for Pulsechain is to actually have a fully decentralized Oracle service. An Oracle service is crucial not just for protocols like Liquid Loans, but it's actually incredibly important for other DeFi protocols that rely on price feeds. One of the fundamental reasons for Fetch and using Telor as the basis for the Fetch protocol is because it's fully decentralized. It relies primarily on a reporter network to provide price feeds through to the Oracle service. Probably a comparison would be just like you have validators on Pulsechain, you also have reporters, which are effectively nodes that are providing price feeds through to the Oracle service itself. And that process is a very good way of demonstrating decentralization. The more reporters you have, the more decentralized you are. I guess one of the caveats being that if you have a number of reporters providing poor price feeds through to the Oracle, the mechanism or the Fetch Oracle also provides a mechanism to dispute those prices. So invariably prices will come through that may or may not be disputed. But the whole Oracle service is based on a broader reporter network providing that important component for protocols like liquid loans. Now, as we've been developing Fetch, we've started off in a very controlled way, which is really important because you don't really want to have an Oracle service that's running wild with a multitude of issues until you actually settle things down on the chain itself. So we have deployed Fetch in a very controlled way. And basically what that means is that there are a number of reporters that are controlled, that are providing the prices through to the Oracle service, and that's being monitored very closely by our team and ensuring that those prices are coming through as anticipated. And more importantly, it also means that if any of those prices don't come through as expected, there is an opportunity for us to dispute those prices in a very controlled way. And as it continues to evolve, you'll start to see more and more reporters come online, and we'll work with teams independently just to assess them to sort of come on board using Fetch for those that wish to do so. One of the challenges, or some of the challenges that we've faced as we've been going through this very controlled deployment of Fetch, is that, and whilst a lot of this is not necessarily unexpected, it does present some challenges, and that is that Pulsechain is a relatively new chain, right? So Pulsechain, I don't believe, has been around for a year yet, and yet here we are, and it has significant adoption by the community, but it also has limited liquidity when compared to, say, something like Ethereum. The chain itself, whilst it has a significant amount of volume compared to others, and real volume, it also does suffer from issues like RPC nodes not working or potentially failing. Sometimes transactions can get stuck. There are a multiple number of issues that come up that, whilst they're not unexpected, it actually does create some havoc when it comes to looking at an Oracle service. So we've had to go through that. And I regard those sort of things as teething issues that you're going through when you're building out an Oracle service. So again, there's some challenges. We are ultimately refining and making sure that the Oracle service, or Fetch itself, is working as expected. We are looking at further refinements. One of the issues that you have when you're looking at a price feed is, where do you get it from, right? So where does the price come from? And if you're looking at on-chain prices, generally what you're wanting to do is look at a number of different decentralized exchanges. Hopefully they have listed tokens that you'd like to get some prices for, and then you start to bring in those prices and land at a price that is there or thereabouts, right? So as you're probably aware, there's not a lot of DEXs on Pulsechain at the moment. Whilst there's a significant number of them, it would pale by comparison to, say, some of the other chains. But fundamentally, we need to make sure that prices are coming through from a multiple number of sources, and more importantly, that those sources are reliable as well, right? So if any of those sources go down, then where do you get the information from? And I guess the other challenge that we've sort of noticed or faced is that the chain is going through its infancy, really, and fundamentally a lot of the volatility that we're seeing, again, whilst not unusual, it does play havoc a little bit with Oracle systems or protocols that rely on a weighted average or some weighted average of the price itself. So any time-weighted average in a situation where the prices are moving quickly, regardless of the time frame that you use, is going to always be behind the actual spot price. So what does that mean? If I can give you an example, it would mean if the prices of the type of pulse is moving really quickly, and sometimes, as we know, particularly in the recent past, pulses move in an upward way in a very quick period of time. So if you're using, say, a 10, 15, 20 or 30-minute time interval to wait and provide an average price over that period, what will happen is that you will always be dragged down below the current market price. Now, whilst that in itself is not a bad thing, it's not ideal for protocols like liquid loans that rely on much faster price feed. And what I mean by that is, in this instance, you don't want to create too much of an opportunity for people to arbitrage. And so if you have a price that's a little bit lagging, there's an opportunity for the bots to run. And as we've sort of experienced in liquid loans, That's triggered a range of redemptions. And it basically means that people have to be monitoring the risk of not just liquidation, but also redemptions on the liquid loan system. Again, that system is working as expected, and there's absolutely no issue with the way liquid loans is working. The challenge is more to do with what's the price that's being ingested? Is it as close to spot price, which is current market prices as it can be? And what are the other ways that the Fetch Oracle service can provide market prices that are very close to spot, that do away with some of those things? So a couple of things that we've noticed, or certainly I've noticed, somewhat disappointingly, is that there seems to be this perception that all of a sudden that we're not transparent, and that kind of irritates the hell out of me, to be honest. We've always been transparent. From the early days, Dave and I were quite frustrated by some of the narratives that were out there about us being a scam. You have to endure that sort of nonsense for a certain period of time. And I feel that, I'd like to think that we've proven ourselves, and certainly the team have done everything they can to educate, inspire, and gain adoption to what we consider to be one of the most important protocols on Pulsechain. And a lot of people, I think, are quite happy with the way things are working. Whilst that is the case, there's always people that just, I can't understand this community having influencers or people that, they've never built anything other than a following, coming out and casting aspersions against the protocol. It just seems a bit of a waste of time and energy. It's like, we've built this for the community. It's working exactly as it's intended. Yet here we are, and we're getting this sort of negativity. And, in some respects, it's to be expected. But for Pulsechain and for other projects to be successful, all projects need to be successful. And I believe that we've always been transparent about everything that we've done. And we go to great lengths to make sure of that. So, if there are projects that are chomping at the bit to get out and deploy, but they are having to wait for protocols like Fetch, whilst we personally understand how that feels, by the same token, it's like, well, they had a choice to follow different paths. And in some cases, different projects will do that. But, just because we're holding off releasing a fully decentralized version doesn't necessarily mean that we're not going to support other projects. It just basically means that we will never release anything until it's ready. And we've always been transparent about that. So it mystifies me a little bit as to why people would make any sort of comments around that. And some of the comments that have come through, they're ill-informed and ill-advised in terms of what's really going on. And whilst we've never said that we're making any commitments, it's obvious that we've built something that is quite valuable and will continue to do that. And that's what we bring to the community. So we build and we do what we say we're going to do, and we're transparent about it. So if people don't like that, then reach out. And when I have comments made towards me, personal attacks from individuals that have never spoken to me, it kind of just mystifies me as to why that would be the case. We're looking at deploying things in a much more professional way. We'll do that in a controlled manner, and we'll also be very transparent all the way through. So again, very happy to take questions, to respond to issues that may surface, but fundamentally, we will never release anything before it's ready. And the decentralized version is being developed, and that's the end game. We want something that is solid, that works really well, that more than just liquid loans relies on, and the whole community will benefit from that. I'm usually not this animated, but I get really annoyed when I hear these sort of comments, and particularly from individuals that, in some respects, I value a lot of what they say. But when they say things that indicate that there's some issue with me or some issue with the team, or that we're not transparent, that's what annoys and aggravates me. It's like, well, firstly, they've never spoken to me directly, right? So I've never had a conversation with these people. I'm more than happy to do so if they have the wherewithal to actually reach out. And more importantly, if that is the case, then why don't they reach out and have a conversation around these issues rather than all of a sudden throw mud at projects that are, and I believe our team is doing everything we can to make sure that we deliver a fantastic outcome.